Lazarus had two sisters. As Jesus and his disciples were on their way, he came to a village where a woman named Martha opened her home to him.
She had a sister called Mary who sat at the Lord's feet listening to what he said.
But Martha was distracted by all the preparations that had to be made. She came to him and asked, "Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do the work by myself? Tell her to help me."
Martha, Martha, the Lord answered, you are worried and upset about many things, but few things are needed, or indeed only one. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her.
So I actually think that both of us might have, at least speaking just for myself, in certain situations, I am more like Martha because my anxiety and worldly tasks um, get the better of me, and I do start to get lost in taking care of what I need to take care of here in my life. But in other situations, I am more like Mary, where like, I know that there's nothing else I can do. I just need to surrender and um, just fall at the feet of Jesus and listen to what he has to say to me. So for me personally, I feel like I can see both Martha and Mary in me. What
Mhm.
about you?
Yeah, I agree as well. I feel like it depends on the situation, but I can also be Mary or Martha.
On his arrival, Jesus found that Lazarus had already been in the tomb for 4 days. Now Bethany was less than 2 miles from Jerusalem, and many Jews had come to Martha and Mary to comfort them in the loss of their brother. When Martha heard that Jesus was coming, she went out to meet him, but Mary stayed at home.
Lord, Martha said to Jesus, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. But I know that even now, God will give you whatever you ask.
Jesus said to her, "Your brother will rise again." Martha answered, "I know he will rise again in the resurrection at the last day."
Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live, even though they die. And whoever lives by believing in me will never die. Do you believe this? Yes, Lord, she replied. I believe that you are the Messiah, the Son of God, who is to come into the world.
After she had said this, she went back and called her sister Mary aside. "The teacher is here," she said, "and is asking for you." When Mary heard this, she got up quickly and went to him.
When Mary reached the place where Jesus was and saw him, she fell at his feet and said, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died.
Is there a difference in each sister expressing disappointment, with one racing to meet him and another awaiting his arrival, then falling to his feet? Are the sisters' words, "If you had been here," an expression of disappointment or a profession of faith? Yeah, this is a good question because initially when I had read this passage, when both Martha and Mary say, "If you had been here, my brother would not have died." Um, Initially, I did view it as an expression of disappointment because they didn't want their brother to die in the first place. So when they said that, I figured that they were disappointed that Jesus didn't come in time to save their brother from dying. But now that I read it again, and the question is asking, is it an expression of disappointment or a profession of faith? Now it's making me think like they have so much faith to even say that, like,
Mhm.
if you were here, he wouldn't have died. That's how much faith they have in Jesus, is like healing powers, and what they can what Jesus can do for Lazarus and for anybody.
Mhm. So yeah, we concluded that it's more of a profession of faith, I think.
Yeah, the fact that they said if you had been here, then none of this would have happened is just how much they believe in Jesus's power to save and heal.
Mhm.